Most clinics think that running paid ads is the key to consistent bookings, but they're missing the actual driver to consistent scale. We're getting 50 to 100 quality booked appointments every single week on average for our clients, some significantly more than that using content-first strategies that flip the traditional ad script on its head. Let me show you exactly how it works. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Daniel Walton, founder of Patient Acquisition. Over the last 3 years, I've been scaling telehealth, med spas, functional health clinics, any cash-based clinic that doesn't accept insurance. I come into their business, solve a lot of their marketing problems, and help them scale. In the last year, we've helped 4 clinics hit a 7-figure monthly run rate. We helped them scale to 7, 8, and we've even helped clients hit 9 figures using this exact framework. I'm going to show you exactly how we scaled one telehealth client from 700 active patients to over 30,000 monthly active patients. We did that in less than 12 months of them working with us. Of course, all profitably. They actually saw over 1,200 patient signups in a single day. This is using the exact same framework that I'm going to cover today. So if you're tired of throwing money at ads that don't work, ghost town on your appointments, people no showing, poor lead quality, and just not hitting consistent growth that you need to be hitting as an owner, this video is exactly for you. So let's dive right in. How to get 50 to 100 appointments from content-first ads. So quick reality check on exactly what is going on and why most campaigns don't actually make you any money. Number one, privacy policies have changed. They're getting harder and harder for us to track as advertisers. Once somebody leaves Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and goes to another platform, they have now left, and these apps or these phones, these devices are preventing cross-tracking. So they're not able to track from one app to the next. So if they go from Facebook to your browser, we're losing that data as advertisers. Additionally, acquisition costs are at an all-time high. These markets are more and more competitive. Everybody wants to compete in the same space. Everybody wants to start a telehealth business to be the next Hims or Hers. It's a very competitive market, which means costs go up. Additionally, on most advertising campaigns, 60% of appointments never even show. It's very hard for you, the business owner, to scale. You're spending 60% of your resources, whether it's your own time or your salesperson or patient coordinator, somebody's time. You have to pay to be in that slot for nobody to show. It's a ghost town. And then the other reason most of these campaigns fail is you're selling high tickets. Even if it's just a $300 per month weight loss treatment, well, the LTV of a weight loss patient is generally about $2,400. These aren't cheap products. So for something that costs as much as it does, even if it's only $2,400 for a weight loss, we have single clients that are selling $25,000 functional health treatment plans. So when you're in that range, you need 10 to 20 touch points to drive a sale. And the problem with all of this stuff is that most agencies and marketers are running outdated strategies. So that's a big problem. You need to have strategies that are relevant and current. And we've been lucky to get some large players in the space to become a Meta partner. This is directly from them, what they recommend and how to scale, considering all these factors above: privacy policies, acquisition costs, no-show rates, and then what it actually takes to drive a conversion in your market. So where most clinics I see get it backwards is they're using these outdated strategies that might have worked when markets weren't very competitive, when these platforms weren't very competitive, and when anybody that could run an ad could essentially make money on it. If you go back like 5 years ago, you simply just needed to put your ad out and you would drive significant revenue. But considering all the factors that I mentioned earlier, it's now very challenging. You actually have to have what is known as a strategy. Most businesses I talk to, they obsess over tactics, meaning Facebook ads, that's a tactic. Google, that's a tactic. Influencer marketing, these are all tactics, and they obsess over, we need to do this. They're kind of just throwing darts at the wall, hoping that something sticks when it comes to their tactics. And previously, those tactics that worked were running Facebook ads, and generally it was just a discounted offer. It allowed them to run, for example, $199 weight loss, discounted from $400, and it would get people to sign up and opt in. And I noticed that those markets or those tactics and those types of advertising campaigns, they're highly effective when you're the first to market. But once the markets get competitive and the product life cycle starts to enter where it's a saturated market as we're in right now, it can be very, very challenging for you to scale. So let me introduce you to the Content-First Flywheel. There's 4 main components to this. Number 1 is content creation. These platforms, they care about one thing, the user experience. Once you understand that, you're going to completely look differently at everything that you do on these platforms. They want to optimize for a better user experience. So content creation is extremely important. You actually have to have a strategy around your content. I was speaking with someone, they're like, yeah, we're just going to continue. We just know we need to post content, so we're just going to post more content. Well, it's like, what kind of content? I don't know. What's the goal with the content? I don't know. I just need to post. And that's most people's content strategy is like, it's not a strategy. It's, I need to create content. It's a tactic again. So the first step in the content flywheel is the content creation. Number 2, you have to focus on building trust. People buy when they know, like, and trust you. And most of these advertisers, they're digital billboard salespeople. They've never heard from you. They've never seen your business before, but they're telling you all these people to buy, right? That's like me walking up to you and saying, hey, buy my program, buy this. And if this is your first time seeing my video, you're going to be like, I don't even know you. I've never seen you before. This is my first video. Somebody sent it to me. Why are you $10,000, right? And that's what most businesses do with their ads. Now, if this is your first time watching my content, first of all, welcome in. I hope that I provide some value to you. I do have done for you marketing services. That's where we come in and just handle the marketing and grow your business. I also have a coaching offer where I coach businesses that aren't quite the right fit. Maybe they don't have the resources or the operational capacity to scale at the rate that I want. And then we do provide content where we can plug content into their existing marketing personnel or agency. We have a couple different offers. So if you're interested in any of that, click the bio below, the description below. There's a couple different links where you can either DM me. That's always the easiest way to get in touch with me, or fill out an application on our website. But most businesses lack this key component, which is the trust building aspect. As I said, they buy when they know, like, and trust you. And you're just advertising buy, and they've never even seen you. It's a completely cold audience. So it's very imperative that you build trust. And this is before any direct response ads. The content that's good for this is podcasts, UGC, talking head, engaging educational type content. The third component of our Content-First Flywheel is known as the familiarity bias effect. So this is very common with personal brands. They have been seen so much that now when you see their ad or their offer, you're very likely to convert. Generally, for your high ticket offers, it takes about 10 to 20 impressions to drive a sale. The more somebody sees of your content, the higher level of preference. So on the right side here, we've got the total number of impressions. Oops, that's supposed to be 20. And then on the right, we have the preference level. You can Google this. So the higher the preference is directly correlated to the number of impressions. So right here is what it takes to drive a sale. Now, most advertisers, they stop right here. They stop at an average of 2.1 impressions to get a sale. So they get a lead that saw your ad or your content 2.1 times, and then they said buy. And so the lead opted in because probably you had a coupon ad, a discount, or some irresistible offer. It's like, oh, I should put that in my back pocket in case I decide I want to get Botox, or in case I decide I want to lose weight, in case I decide I want to get on HRT. They have no intent, right? They don't know you. They're not familiar with you. So we want to lean into these 10 to 20 impressions. And now the fourth and final part of our Content-First Flywheel is the direct response activation. This is when we introduce the offer, ask for a sale, or schedule. Because now we already thought of the content that they need to see. We've now built trust through that strategic content, and we've shown them 10 to 20 impressions of the content that strategically answers and reduces the sales resistance that they have. Now they know, like you, and trust you. Think of Dr. Miami. You've probably seen his content, you've heard of him. If you get hit with one of those ads, you're not going to feel like this is a scam or skeptical about it. So that's what happens. Now we can hit them with a direct response ad. And it's not about waiting to go viral. That can take months to years. We can replicate those impressions for pennies on the dollar in a couple of days or weeks with the right content strategy. So for your clinic, there's 3 types of ads that you need to be running in a content-first strategy. Number 1 is going to be pre-ads. This is what warms them up. It educates them and it builds intent. Poor quality leads comes from lack of intent. They're not intent on doing business with you. They signed up for an offer, but they're not intent on doing business with you. They just wanted that discount. So pre-ads allows that to happen. Then we lean into direct response very heavy. This is like buy now, purchase, schedule. This is what most advertisers spend 100% of their money on. Now they do it wrong, but we lean very heavy into this. This is very measurable. We're able to see we spent this much, we got this many appointments, this many of them converted. But the difference between this and other advertising agencies is it's not cold. These audiences have already been primed and warmed up to you. So with these direct response ads, now when we hit them, they're not considered cold audiences because they've already been primed for your content. They already know who you are, probably already seen some stuff. We have some amazing podcast style content that we like to leverage for this. And then the third type, we call this propaganda content, also known as framing window content. This creates a buying mindset. It gets them out of resistance and it takes them from this person is trying to sell to me, this business is trying to sell to me, to now I want to do work with them because they provide a solution that I'm interested in. So this is the exact content strategy that allows clinics to hit 7 and 8 figures without relying on coupon style marketing campaigns. If I was you and somebody showed me a bunch of coupon style ads for their ad agency, I would run as fast as I could. This is the exact system that's helping clinics take their business from 7 to 8 figures and 8 figures to 9. So if you're a cash-based clinic and ready to hit that next level and ready to implement some content strategies, make sure to click the link in the description, apply to work with me, or send me a DM on Instagram. If you found some value from this, I'd love to see you continue to watch more of my upcoming videos.